the future of law enforcement.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching Live Citizen. I don't do too many science reports, but I found something that was pretty amazing, so I want to share it with you guys. Apparently a man who lost part of his forearm, or his entire forearm, in a car accident was part of an experiment. They put an artificial arm connected to his nervous system, and he was able to control it with his mind.
26-year-old Pier Paolo Petrosello is living on the edge of medical science. European scientists say he controlled an artificial limb with his thoughts for a month.
That is, to me, straight out of a science fiction movie.
This thing is something we've never seen before.
So they've had experiments like this in the past, but this time was the first time that they were able to put an implant connected to a person's nervous system for such a long time. According to the scientists, the hand obeyed his mind's command about 95% of the time. You know, it's interesting to see how this works. He concentrates, and then
Petrosello was able to independently wiggle robotic fingers. He could also make a fist and grab objects.
And he's even able to feel stimulation. In other words, when they poked him, he felt the poke on this robotic hand. So it's more than just a mechanical device. It really became part of his nervous system for a month.
The members of the Life Hand team say they've developed an even more complex hand since then. They say the most recent version can make more refined movements and grips. Researchers say it's an important step in creating an interface between the nervous system and prosthetic limbs.
The scientist who was in charge of this experiment, named Paolo Maria Rossini, said, quote, "The approach we followed is natural. The patient didn't have to learn to use muscles that do a different job to move a prosthesis. He just had to concentrate and send to the robotic hand the same message he used to send to his own hand." I looked up an article by Paolo Maria Rossini. This paper was published in the International Review of Neurobiology. And the title of it is "Implications of Brain Plasticity to Brain-Machine Interfaces Operation, a Potential Paradox." Of course, I didn't understand most of the paper, but I thought some points were pretty interesting. In severely affected neurological patients unable to move and to communicate with the external environment, technologies implementing brain-machine interfaces called BMIs can be a valuable help and support. In this case, the patient was able to master movements with his prosthetic hand in very few days.
Petrosello says the first sensation was strange because he had something foreign in his arm, but he later realized everything was going well.
Now their challenge is to be able to leave hand, arm, or whatever artificial limb connected to a patient for longer periods of time. So in a few years they're going to start conducting experiments again, but this is certainly a milestone.
He envisions a future where the signal can be amplified and transmitted wirelessly throughout the body. The project cost $3 million and took 5 years. The challenge now is making a system that could remain in the patient for years, and not just a month.
Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.
We've been fighting a long time. We are outnumbered by machines. Humans have a strength that cannot be measured. This is John Connor. If you're listening to this, you are the resistance.